welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into something fascinating, the English language. We've gone through all the insightful materials you shared, articles, notes, research, and we're going to unpack its, well, surprisingly huge role in our lives.
That's right. It's clear from what you sent over that English isn't just, some subject you learned back in school. It's actually a powerful tool. It's opportunity. Sometimes it's like a passport, really.
Exactly.
So our mission today is to pull out those key insights from your materials, showing you why English truly matters and how it shapes, well, so many parts of modern life.
So if you've ever wondered, do I really need to learn English? Stick around. We're aiming to answer that by exploring its surprising reach and impact, all based on the insights you provided. Let's jump right in where your sources point. English is just everywhere. You look at movies, music, video games, apps, business, travel. It's kind of hard to avoid, isn't it, in today's world?
It absolutely is. And it's funny how easy it is to sort of take that for granted. I remember thinking back, even living in the Philippines where we speak Filipino all the time, I honestly thought English wasn't that big a deal for my future.
Right.
Your materials really brought that home, how sometimes our local view misses the global reality.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I had this moment myself, actually. It echoes some of the stories you shared. I was playing this online game, right?
Yeah.
And teamwork was all in English.
Okay.
And, well, let's just say not understanding Revive Me got me kicked off the squad pretty fast.
Ouch.
It was a bit of a wake-up call, like, wow, English is even deep in my hobbies.
Exactly. And your sources really hammered this point so much of what we interact with daily, whether it's YouTube videos, instructions for something new, even like popular memes. It's
Right.
mostly in English. And if you don't get it, you're genuinely missing out. Not just information, but culture, jokes, opportunities, things you might not even realize you're missing.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit from just, daily stuff to the more serious side, your materials make it crystal clear that English is a huge advantage professionally. Think call centers, freelancing, getting jobs overseas,
Oh, definitely.
even just writing a decent resume or landing those remote work gigs. It's massive.
That hits home for me. I remember working in sales, and seriously, like 90% of our training materials were in English. All the case studies, the strategies. If you couldn't fully grasp the nuances in those documents, you were already behind. Your understanding of English was directly linked to how well you could actually do the job.
And that connects directly to what your research highlighted about the job market now. International companies, remote employers, they often put strong English communication skills right at the top of the list. It's almost like a baseline expectation. Totally. There was this one story you shared that really stuck with me, Trish, a graphic designer. Super talented, technically.
I remember that one.
But she landed this great remote job, mainly because she could handle client calls in English confidently. It wasn't just her portfolio. It was the communication that sealed the deal.
And what's really key there, something your sources emphasized, is that it's not always about perfect textbook grammar.
Right.
Often it's more about confidence. Can you get your ideas across clearly? Can people understand you? That's often what matters most.
Okay, let's dive into something else your materials brought up, something maybe less obvious. How learning English can actually change the way you think.
Yeah, this part was fascinating.
It's more than just learning words, right? It's like a cognitive shift.
Exactly. Your research explored how English structures sentences differently, expresses time in unique ways, even handles emotions with different nuances compared to other languages. So when someone switches between languages, as you pointed out, they're not just swapping words. They're engaging with totally different ways to organize thoughts, to process the world around them. It's almost like getting a new mental operating system.
That's a great way to put it. One example you flagged was about cultural differences in communication style, like the Filipino tendency towards being more indirect, more polite, versus how, in many Western cultures, being direct in English often comes across as confidence, as clarity. The language itself sort of encourages that directness sometimes.
Precisely. So pulling all these threads together from your sources, learning English isn't just about translating, it's deeper. It's about understanding cultural nuances, linguistic differences, and ultimately it broadens how you can communicate with the whole world. Now, your materials didn't gloss over the challenges, which is good, because learning is hard sometimes. They mentioned common struggles, like that big one, the fear of sounding wrong, freezing up.
Oh, yeah, that feeling is universal, I think. Your mind just goes blank because you're scared of making a mistake. But what your sources kept coming back to, which I loved, is that native speakers mess up all the time, too.
Constantly.
The key really is just Persistence,
Yeah.
keep talking, keep trying. That's how you get better. And one practical tip from your notes I really liked was shadowing, you know, mimicking how native speakers talk, their pronunciation, rhythm, intonation.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It feels weird at first, maybe, but it really helps you get the natural sound and flow of English.
Another hurdle your source talked about was vocabulary, that frustrating moment where you know exactly what you want to express.
But you just can't find the right words.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the solutions your materials suggested were pretty straightforward but effective. Immersion. Listen to English podcasts, read books, watch movies maybe with subtitles at first.
Right. It helps you absorb English naturally in context, makes it feel less like studying and more like just engaging with stuff you like.
Yeah, it becomes part of your life.
And the underlying message through everything you provided, consistent practice, there's just no substitute for it. It's the foundation.
For building confidence, your sources also had some slightly unusual tips, like journaling in English, or even leaving yourself voice notes in English.
Oh, interesting. Like talking to yourself.
Kind of. It sounds a bit odd, maybe, but it's a low-stakes way to practice putting your thoughts into English words without the pressure of someone listening right then.
That makes sense. Less pressure.
Yeah,
You also shared some really powerful real-life stories, examples of how learning English genuinely changed people's lives.
absolutely. Like Mark from
Mm.
Davao.
Hmm?
Your note said he got rejected from 3 jobs because of his English level.
Yeah, that was tough.
But then he spent 6 months just grinding YouTube videos, shadowing, talking to himself, really dedicated practice.
Mm-hmm.
And it paid off massively. He landed an international customer service job, doubled his income. Incredible.
Wow. That's amazing dedication. And then there was Ella's story too, right? Using TikTok.
Yeah, she started using TikTok just as a way to practice speaking English.
Mm.
But she got more confident, her videos got popular, she built a following, and eventually started getting brand deals out of it.
That's fantastic. So it wasn't even initially about a job, just practice leading to unexpected opportunities?
Exactly. These stories, pulled from your materials, really show it wasn't just about surviving. English helped them truly thrive, opening doors they probably never imagined. And this leads to another really strong message from your collection of notes. It is absolutely never too late to start learning English. Age really doesn't matter.
That point came through so clearly. The example of my own aunt, actually, that was in your sources, she started learning English at 45.
Wow, 45.
Yeah, specifically because she wanted to work abroad as a caregiver, and she struggled definitely at the beginning, but she kept at it.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, she got fluent enough to have proper, full conversations with her employer. It just shows what determination can do.
It really does. So the takeaway from your materials is just so clear. Forget age. What really moves the needle is consistency and just being curious, wanting to learn.
Which brings us to a crucial point for anyone listening. Don't wait until you feel ready. That feeling might never come.
So true.
Your sources strongly suggest learning happens by doing. Every little mistake isn't a failure. It's actually a necessary step. You learn from it.
Exactly. Don't let trying to be perfect stop you from just starting. Embrace the messiness of learning.
Okay, so as we start to wrap up this deep dive, let's quickly recap some of those practical, actionable tips your materials highlighted. Things you can start doing, like today.
Tip 1 was immersion. Surround yourself, change your phone language, put on English music in the background, watch English shows, just bathe your brain in it.
The more exposure, the better. Second tip, talk out loud, even if it's just describing what you're doing. Okay, I'm making coffee now. I think I'll go for a walk.
Right, it gets you comfortable forming English sentences.
It really does. Makes speaking feel less foreign.
Tip 3, and this is a really smart insight from your materials.
Mm-hmm.
Learn phrases, not just single words.
Ah, yes, chunking.
Yeah. Instead of just go or run, go for a run out of time, run errands. That's how native speakers actually talk. It sounds more natural.
Definitely. Much more practical. And the final tip, woven through everything, patience. Your research was clear. Learning English is a marathon, not a sprint.
Good reminder.
Yeah, so celebrate the small wins. Each little improvement matters.
So let's circle back to that big question that kind of underlies all the material you shared. Is English important?
Well, based on this deep dive into your sources, the answer has to be a resounding yes.
Mhm.
And it's not because English is somehow better than any other language. It's not about that at all.
Right.
But as your materials show so clearly, it functions as this incredibly important bridge. It opens doors, personal doors, professional ones, even emotional connections.
Yeah, it's about the confidence you get, the connections you can make across the globe,
Yeah.
the sheer capability you unlock.
Absolutely. So wherever you are right now on your English journey, based on everything we've discussed today from your insights, just keep going. Don't be afraid of the mistakes or the challenges. You are growing. Every effort counts.
Or maybe just reflect on that, how embracing this journey, as your own research highlights, can genuinely expand your world. It fosters connection, growth. It's pretty powerful stuff.